Well, Jeff, you
Love
can
it.
or I can. You read the last one. I
No,
can
no,
read.
okay. Yes, please, Dave. Could you read this, please?
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, mate.
This one comes from Southern News Network, and it is by it looks like a staff reporter, and it's dated May the 2nd. Okay, and the headline for this one is 3 southern beaches to ban bikinis this summer in a cultural trial. Okay, here we go. Now, let me just bring this up a little bit so I can read it. Okay, there we go. All right. Tourism chiefs in Southend-on-Sea have announced that 3 beaches on the seafront will run a trial this summer where ladies will be asked to cover up while sunbathing. According to an email that has been seen by Southend News Network, these so-called modesty beach areas will be set up to attract visitors from all over the UK who may be uncomfortable with the sight of excessive bare female skin for a number of other cultural or religious reasons. Ew. All right. Okay, down a little bit more. Let's see. Diane Veres is head of the working group for Southend Tourism Inclusion and Equality. Oh my God! And she accepted our request for an interview. She said, "We asked 500 people from East London and North London if they would consider a visit to the beach at Southend." Oh, geez, I wonder what answer she expected to get. And 37% said that they didn't want to be exposed to Essex-based female flesh and have been choosing Brighton or Eastbourne instead. This got us thinking, and within a few minutes of receiving the report, we decided that the town could benefit from 3 dedicated beaches where ladies are required to cover up for the overall enjoyment of everyone in the area. Privacy screens will be erected among these areas so that other beach users can continue to enjoy our miles of golden sands and crystal blue waters. Oh my God. Okay, a little bit more here. It is thought that the 3 modesty beaches will be located in Chalkwell, Westcliff, and let's see. Okay, I'm going to try this one, guys. Shoeburyness, yes. And sources have said that the spaces will be created by relaxing the current restrictions on dog walkers using certain beach areas. Now, let's just see here. All right. And I'm going to read a little bit more here. Yep, there's only 1 paragraph left. Cool. Unfortunately, human rights experts have condemned the move. Oh, well, good. Pamela Shentis Hydrangea of the Southend Humanitarian Equality Liberation Foundation, there's a mouthful for you, said this is a disgraceful abuse of the Human Rights Act by the very people who are responsible for making Southend's beaches accessible to everyone. Why should people who feel uncomfortable with bare female flesh be trapped in with what will essentially be beach ghettos? If the trial is successful, surely it could be extended to the entire seafront from Chalkwell to Shoeburyness, with an exclusion zone around key tourist attractions. Now that's the story. Oh my God. Okay, well, Jeff, You get first crack, my friend.
Well, I think, I don't know what you would say, Paul, but I think this deserves a flesh demonstration.
Well, I tell you, if you research.
I think this, talk about pushing us to the boundaries now, how far, I mean, ladies like during the summer, you know, have a little summer holiday break, go on the beach, put their little bikinis on, you know, I'll be there. Yes, what it's all about. It's always been about it. Why should we or our ladies change? Because some people find it unacceptable. Too bad. Go to another beach. If you don't like what's going on in this country about beach, why don't you just jog on back to your own countries where they don't allow it then? Don't try to impose your will on free, loving people like ourselves. This is unacceptable. Once again, the word unacceptable. It's just the craziness of the times that we live. These left-wing maggots once again on the case. Correct, Abe and Paul?
Well, okay, you know, before Paul jumps in, I'll just say, okay, they surveyed people in East London. And what is East London full of now? I mean, what results do they expect to get? I mean, this looks to me like a targeted survey meant to cause an action. Okay, this is almost like global warming. Okay, you know, you admit some data and you omit other data, and suddenly global warming is real. With this, they went to areas in London where there are populations of Muslims. Of course, Muslims, you know, being what Muslims are and following Islam, are not going to want to see women in bikinis, you know, which is just another reason Muslims are crazy, in my opinion. But anyway, they're not going to want to see that. So naturally, they're going to say they don't want to visit a beach where women are in bikinis. And I got to tell you guys, this reminds me of a story. I don't know, Paul, whether you can remember this or not. I was bashing my head trying to remember this story. This took place in a beach at a beach in it was either Italy or France, and it was about a year ago, I think. And there were it was a nude beach, and basically they turned it into like a regular beach, and told women I think that they couldn't even wear bikinis and that sort of thing there, because of pressure from local Muslims. You know, am I right? And what's your take on this story?
Well, my take, well,
yes.
Quite frankly, I think we've got a bit of an onion there in the stuff. I have had a look around on the internet. This is a hoax.
Oh, do you?
What's the date on the story? It's not April the 1st, is it?
No, it seems that way, doesn't it? This actually comes from the Southend News Network.
Who are renowned for publishing silly fake stories.
But really, guys, if you think about it, though, how far off is that, though? You know, even if this is fake, even if it is phony, how far off is it? Because the story that I'm talking about, Paul, was a real, actual story, and I don't know whether you remember this one or not. Do you?
Which one's that now?
The story about it was a story about a beach in France or Italy. It was one of those, and I think it was Italy, where the local Muslims complained, so everybody had to cover up. Well, the women did anyway. Okay, well, at any rate, guys, if this is a fake story, I don't think that it's the kind of thing that's very far off, given where the culture is going in the UK. What say you, Jeff?
Well, I agree. As I say, Paul's, this is what I like about Paul, because he likes to have a dig around and to check the authenticity of stories. So, Paul, I've got to thank you for pointing out that this was, like from The Onion, that sort of a thing. So I thought this was a real story, Paul. So I was fooled by it. So once again, I've got to thank you for your delving there, brother.
Absolutely. Have you got music coming through from my end?
Very. Very.
Well, I just heard a bit of a rustling noise there, Paul. But
it's me trying to sort out the connection. Every time I put my headphones in, it connects to Chrome Play, and I get a load of silly bloody music.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. I was wondering I didn't hear no music. I just heard a bit of a rustling noise, Paul. But then again, as I say, the story that we've had, it was headline story. I feel a bit embarrassed about it now, Dave. But
no, don't feel embarrassed.
This was like a spooky story. But Paul, the thing about it is, are we far away from this situation happening on our beaches? Is it too far-fetched, do you think?